But let's go outside and see it.
Fox 10's Matt Rodewald live at Power and Main in Mesa, where they have been getting pounded. It looks like you're getting pummeled, Matt.
Yeah, this is some of the heaviest monsoon rains we've seen in the entire summer months. Even in the last, I'm not kidding, the last 30 seconds it unloaded right where we are. And where we are, this was not covered with water 30 seconds ago. Now you got a whole inch of water. So that's how fast the standing water can happen. We've seen sheets of wind come through here, and probably about 2 minutes before we hit the air, a very strong lightning strike, probably about half a mile from where we are, knocked out the lights on the street. Very nerve-wracking for sure. But it's starting to calm down now, but the heavy rains and the lightning seem to be the big story in this one. Take a look at some of the video from earlier. We get these ebbs and flows and rain, and when you're talking about a monsoon romance, well, you got a serious fling tonight with the way this is looking. It is very strong winds in certain spots, but we've seen heavy rain north of where we are along the McKellips corridor. Right over by a Falcon Field. They're getting it the most tonight. We've seen it kind of within the 202 for sure. And then in this stretch here where at Main and Power, we've seen some of the heaviest monsoon rain for sure. So it can come quick, it can go away quick. We are certainly seeing that here tonight. And of course, let me pan out to the street real quick. You can see the very heavy standing water that just kind of rolls down the street from where we are. And all of this really happening in a matter of a minute and a half. The rain's picking up once again, and so that's kind of the story here in East Mesa tonight. Mesa getting it on the chin. We haven't seen a lot of monsoon, but we're making up for lost time tonight. For now, we're live in East Mesa. Matt Rodewald, Fox 10 News.
We sent Matt Rodewald out into the elements. Matt, boy, you got hit hard at the top of the 9 o'clock show.
Yes, we did. And honestly, 30 seconds ago from where we are here at 43rd Avenue and Northern, another lightning strike from where we are about a half a mile or so, to the point where all of the car alarms in the neighborhood south of where we are going off right now. That's how vivid, that's how close it is. We've seen power knocked out twice because of lightning strikes. You'll go years without seeing that while driving on the road yourself. We saw it twice in 20 minutes. That's the kind of night that it's been. As you take a look at what it looked like in Mesa about an hour ago, it was a mess. At Main and Power, some of the heaviest rains that we've seen in monsoon season in a long time, and also tropical storm winds that came along with it, gusts at about 50 to 60 miles an hour, and some of that heavy downpours creating high standing water. We know there's a flash flood warning out there right now and a severe thunderstorm to where we are, the north of where we are, but everyone's getting in on the act tonight. It's a mess, it's rainy, and where we are now, we're starting to see the rain pick up even more here in north central Phoenix, here in the West Valley or so. It's going to be a long night, some rumbling thunderstorms, and we've had a lot of power outages as well. All of the information on the power outages available at fox10phoenix.com. Back here live again as you see the rain. Only step out of the way just to see. You can see the lights from the intersection, so you can see how heavy that rain is. But we've seen that over and over, repeated in spots. It will hit you and then it will go away. But the one thing that's consistent for all of us is the lightning tonight. It's been very dangerous and very vivid in terms of those cloud to ground strikes. Reporting live tonight from the West Valley, Matt Rodewald, Fox 10 News.
The I-17 and Thunderbird, that's where Matt Rodewald is right now. Matt, about 10 minutes ago, we took a look at an ADOT camera there showing some vehicles that appear to be kind of stuck out there due to all that standing water.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. We're here live, and we can see 6 vehicles that are trapped in the water. I want to show you the pictures. This is about, I would say, waist-deep water underneath the viaduct. And obviously, if you've driven through here before, you know that it slopes downhill in both directions. And when you get heavy rain like we did between 9:30 and 10, all of that can pick up fast, and some cars got caught underneath there. There's a red Mercedes that's in there as well. The owner of that car is Alden. Thank you for talking with me real quick about what happened. Can you walk me through what it was like for what you saw?
Yeah, of course. Well, it was really heavy rain, and I was just driving through. Apparently towards the beginning it was very shallow, so I thought that I'd be able to fit my car through there. Apparently I wasn't the only one, so once I got towards the middle, then it started flooding. It was a little bit before the water started coming in, but then there was more vehicles kept driving through, and it kept actually just pushing the car and creating more waves. So then the car essentially started getting flooded, and yeah, after that I just went through the sunroof because I couldn't open my door. It was jammed, and that's when the fire department came in.
This sounds like this happened extremely fast. Can you really describe how fast it happened?
It was fairly quick. I mean, I was barely, like, the car shot off, and then it just started flooding a little bit. It was like less than 10 minutes, probably even less than 5, but then the water just started raising.
And you're okay?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. And again, let me show you the water one more time here as we're here live. Again, 6 cars in here. We've seen some of the owners milling around. Obviously, this is going to be an insurance nightmare for all of them. But having those cars trapped in there, no one is trapped right now in those cars. Obviously, both directions are closed right here. As we came up 17, there are a lot of the viaducts that are similarly structured like this, especially down at Cactus. We drove through there. Also the same situation, except there's no one trapped in there. A couple of vehicles got pulled out. All of this because of that quick deluge of rain as it continued to move towards the west. Some heavy downpours in this particular area, and all the viaducts are toast as a result. And again, several cars that are trapped underneath there, but fortunately no one is hurt as a result of the flooding that's happening here underneath I-17. We're live here in North Phoenix. Matt Rodewald, Fox 10 News. Mark, we'll send it back to you.
Let's check back in with Matt Rodewald, who's been covering the storms all night long and some of the aftermath now. Matt is live right now at I-17 and Greenway, I believe. Matt?
Yeah, that's correct, Mark. We moved up and down 17 to see some of the viaducts underneath 17, and they're all having the same story. This one here, no different. This is Greenway, and you can see there's about 3 or 4 cars that are stuck in the water, about waist deep, about a little bit more than tire high. What is different and what is unique about where this is in Greenway, Eduardo, my photographer, I want him to pan over to me a little bit here to the right, and you'll see as we go deep into the interchange, you can see the water kind of push its way up the roadway. So the entire interchange is really kind of washed out as a result of all of this, and it's pretty high standing water. We've seen police block this off. A couple people have been rescued. They've been kind of sitting off to the side as they wait for some help. We also see a tow truck right now working its way to a car to try and pull them out. It's going to take some time for that to happen. Down at Thunderbird, we saw 6 cars that were trapped in there. We talked with one gentleman who seemed to be a little bit stunned by everything, but especially the quick nature of how fast that water came to rise over him and overpower his car, so to speak. But the important thing is that we haven't seen any injuries with this flooding that's occurred pretty much up and down 17. I would imagine these roadways are going to stay closed through the overnight hours. Very good chance that they're going to be closed in your morning commute, so keep that in mind. We did take a trip up to Bell. That is open, and that is a major thoroughfare, so that is good news. If you want to head on to 17, that's going to be the case. Otherwise, the remnants of this monsoon storm are going to last for quite some time as the cleanup duty continues on here in north central Phoenix. We're live at the I-17 in Greenway. Matt Rodewald, Fox 10 News. Mark, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Matt, we were going to talk about that real quick. We don't know what the morning commute's going to hold, but does it appear that the water is receding? It looks like those pumps were probably overwhelmed or may have even failed, and that's maybe what's causing all of that standing water.
I want to show you something, Mark, real quick. You can see some debris on the roadway here, so that's an indication that the water is receding, and you can also see how high it was. So that is some good news, and I think they will be able to get this thing done maybe past the morning rush tomorrow.